So I was about to take some of your words of advice to heart. I was about to go eat something at Panda Express. Believe it or not, I do eat food. When I realized that my AirPods Pro arrived. Now I have class in like 3 hours, so this is gonna be a different kind of initial impressions video. I'm not gonna be able to get, nice crispy footage like I want to, but I do wanna give you, my first thoughts on using this product because I do use AirPods a lot. So I'm really excited to crack these open here. So let's run inside and get to opening these. So here we go. We'll at least get a nice shot of the unboxing here, which I'll show you. So these have been unboxed. I'm gonna pair these to my iPhone 11 Pro, and I guess I'm just gonna go get some Chinese food and bring you guys along for the ride. Okay, on my way to get some Chinese food. I got these paired up, and right away, the noise cancellation is uncomfortably good. I mean, like I put one in, and it feels like you're in like the cabin of like an airplane. It's kind of lessening now for some reason. I feel like it's like actively listening through the microphones to allow me to hear my environment, but just damn, it's like intense. And I don't know, maybe I've not had experience with like noise canceling earbuds, but it's like, it's quite intense, I have to say. I was like, oh. So I actually listened to a little bit of a song. I was listening to Falling Down by Lil Peep, and the bass was just like, so I'll compare them to my first gen AirPods later on, probably in another video, but so far my experience has been really good. So I just took these out of my ears so I can, like drive my car, because I don't know if you can legally have them in and do that, and I wouldn't anyway. But the noise cancellation is nuts. Like it's raining outside, and so you can hear like, raindrops and like just water in general. And when I took them out of my ears, it was like I had been deaf. I'm like, oh my God, that's right, it's raining. Like, Jesus, the world is so loud. So that actually took me by a huge surprise. I think that the dual microphones listening inside your ear and outside in your environment do a really good job. And obviously when you start talking, the AirPods Pro will notice that there is like sound or voice or talking happening. So it can like kind of listen in and then like fade you back to like being totally deaf. If you get what I mean, it's pretty nuts actually. One-handed parking, all right. Nope, I really f***ed this up. So I spent about a half hour in Panda just eating and listening to music and watching some YouTube videos with my AirPods. And one thing happened actually, and I think this has to do with me not using the right ear tip size. They fell out. You know the whole meme, like they never fall out. Well, my AirPods Pro fell out and fell underneath the seat, and I had to like go into the line and like, excuse me, sorry, pick them up. It's kind of embarrassing, but I do think that has to do with the ear tips. I will let you know otherwise, but so far, the noise canceling is pretty insane. Like, it didn't feel like I was there when I first put them in. It was like all of a sudden I was in a public space, and then it was like, and then I was like, oh. So maybe that's just my inexperience with like noise canceling earbuds, or maybe the AirPods Pro are just really good. Probably a mixture of both, I would say, but yeah. Awesome experience so far. They definitely sound a little better, maybe even a lot better than my AirPods first generation. I have to, put them back in my first gen pair to see how much of a difference there is. And of course, I'm going to do a whole other video going over the differences between the two and which one you should buy. But so far, I gotta say, sound quality is good. They are a little bit harder to get into your ear, and maybe once again, that has to do with the ear tip size. Like maybe I'm using the wrong size, maybe I need a size bigger or smaller. Okay, so I installed the large tips, and they're just not working out either. They're not going far enough into my ears, and as you can see, one of them just fell out of my ears. And if you just, this one is kind of okay. I don't know. Large is not working out for me. The thing that I find interesting is that these kind of like, oh, whoops here, snap on like little Lego pieces. Like you can just snap them on. There's like a little plastic part to them here, which adheres to the actual AirPods Pro earbud themselves. So it's like more, high quality than just your typical rubber tip here. So you get a little mesh as well for each individual tip, and you better considering how much these AirPods Pro cost at $250. So I'm gonna try out the small ones and see how those fit. Okay, I just installed the small ones. By the way, the reinstallation of the tips is really easy. You just kind of like pinch them on and pinch them off, sort of. The small ones seem to be fitting me nicely. And if I did the little shake test, to see if they're gonna fall out, It's not happening with these. I mean, maybe a little bit with my right one. I don't know. Let me see. Wait, there we go. I made it fall out, but it's the best fit yet. And obviously that's going to be one of the weaknesses of these earbuds. I think the rubber tip is just going to make these a little bit more susceptible to falling out. Of course, I will go over that in my full review, but these seem to be a better fit. Definitely, if you buy AirPods Pro, go through all the tips. Make sure you know which pairs are right for you. And of course, you can mix match because our anatomies are kind of all weird, you know? So to wrap up this initial impressions video of AirPods Pro, I've been using them for about 2 hours now, you know, nonstop. And of course, I've been comparing them to my first gen pair here. I definitely am impressed with the AirPods Pro in terms of their noise cancellation. It was a lot more intense than I thought. You know, it really does isolate you from your environment. It makes your music listening experience more enjoyable. And also, I can't even get these open. The ear tips do allow them to stay in your ears. For some people better. In my case, I actually had a little bit of a challenge, you know, figuring out which one was right for me. I ended up finding out that the small ear tip sizes fit me the best. So definitely, once again, go through them to make sure you're getting the proper fit, because when they're properly fit, you'll get the best results in terms of noise cancellation and overall sound. I would say that the clickiness of the case is not as satisfying as the original AirPods. It sounds kind of different too. This is more of a satisfying, like, I don't know, that's just me. I gotta say, just overall, these seem to be just a little bit more convenient. Of course, I'll go over that in my dedicated comparison video, but I feel like I could just open these up and just pop them in my ears a little bit easier than these. These feel like they need a little more love when you're putting them in. These feel like these require a little bit more effort, but I think it's worth it for what you're getting here. And definitely, I mean, these are obviously better. They cost more than these, $100 more actually from when I bought them. I bought these for $150. These are $250. And yeah, so far, I'm impressed. I'm enjoying them. And of course, I will get back to you on my full review and a full comparison between the first gen pair and the AirPods Pro pair. And that about wraps things up. I hope this video helped you out. These have been my initial impressions with the AirPods Pro. I will be using these for the next couple of hours religiously in order to give you a very accurate and objective full review and of course, full comparison with the first generation AirPods. I really appreciate it once again if you'd leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. I got iPad content, iPhone content, and possibly some Surface Pro X content coming very soon. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.